What's going on YouTube? OCD for EDC here with my lovely wife Molly.
Bonjour.
So, what we got for your face balls today? Oop, that was an epic fail. I got to do that again. What we got for your face balls today is a knife Strife. So, in my left hand, I have the brand new Ritter Hogue Mini RSK MK1-G2. This is the KnifeWorks exclusive in orange G10 with a stonewash satin blade, 20 CV. And in this hand, my right hand, I have the Hogue Deka. This one happens to be the blue G-Mascus variant with the, I think they're calling this a drop point blade, also in 20 CV. And right off the bat here, we're going to do some dimensions, and just so you guys can see the differences on these two blades. So, we'll talk about the Deka first. Got an overall length of 7.507 inches. You got a handle length of 4.267 and a blade length of 3.24. Handle thickness is 432 thousandths, and blade stock is 90 thousandths. It is 20 CV blade. Behind the edge thickness on the Deka, it ranges from back in this area, basically all the way across the flat. It's around 20 to 22 thousandths, and then it thickens up quite a bit out at the tip, getting up to about 27 thousandths behind the edge. And we'll weigh them here in just a few moments. Cost on the Deka for this version right here is $140, but depending on variations, it could get up to $150. On the Mini RSK, you're looking at an overall length of 6.915 inches. Got a handle length of 4.015 and a blade length of 2.9 inches. Handle thickness is 520 thousandths. The handle on the RSK does kind of fatten out in the center, so it is a bit narrower up here at the pivot and at the tail. Blade stock thickness is the same as the Deka at 90 thousandths. However, we are a little thicker behind the edge here. Throughout the flat here, it measures anywhere from 21 to 23 thousandths, and then out towards the tip, it gets out to be 29 thousandths behind the edge. So, very, very similar knives. A little over half of an inch in overall length difference between them. Price on the RSK Mini, also $140. So, very, very similar knives here. We'll start with the RSK for weight. We got 2.69 ounces. So, pretty lightweight for what it is. And then for the Deka, 2.625 ounces. So, about 0.6 of an ounce difference between the two. However, the Deka, you get, a little more than a 1/4 inch more of blade there. So both of these knives operate on what Hogue refers to as the able lock. So really your experience with these knives is very similar as far as operation. Real quick, I do have the OG version of this knife right here. This is the original Benchmade Mini Griptilian. This one happens to be the sheep's foot variation, but you can see there with the mini grip, you get a little shorter handle, although the blade length is very, very similar. So that's really your differences there. But these two compare really well on, build quality, materials, price, weight. Everything about these knives is very, very similar. For those that like the RSK and just want a larger version, they certainly have that. This is the full-size RSK right here. Personally, in my opinion, I like the full-size better, but then again, I like larger knives. So, if you like smaller knives, you have smaller hands, or you're talking about buying this for your wife or any female in your life, I think it's a really great option. I think it's well made.
Maybe a small-handed fellow in your life.
Yeah, or maybe a small-handed fellow in your life. I think it's a great knife. Just for me, in comparison, I like the full size better, personally. When it comes to the two of these, they match up so closely in so many different areas. Now you can see here, I do not have the standard Hogue pocket clip on here. This is a Civivi pocket clip, and the Civivi clip works quite well, and it's not branded or anything, so it fits on the knife extremely well. Also works well in the hand, and in and out of the pocket is great. This is just a really great loop over style deep carry clip. The RSK clip is a deep carry, however, it does not come all the way to the end of the knife. No matter, this clip works extremely well. Good in and out of the pocket, just a really nice clip design. And as long as you don't mind having, 1/4 inch or so stick up, not a big deal. Both are thumb studs. One of the things that I think is, that is different from the full size, here you can see that on the full size, the thumb stud has a screw in the middle that you can take out. You do not get that on the Mini. The thumb studs are threaded into one another. So in order to take this thumb stud off, you have to have a proprietary tool or, make something work. There's various ways to get them off, but just saying, if you want to remove the thumb stud, it's going to be easier on the full-size version. The Deka is just like the Mini RSK, where it is not a T8. You just have those 3 cutouts there, so it takes a proprietary tool to get in there. Otherwise, the construction is very, very similar across these two knives. They both have stainless steel liners with G10 scales. Both rocking 90 thousandths thick 20 CV blades. Both thumb stud deployment. Both have the Able lock, and both have deep carry clips. So it really comes down to blade length. Both are a flat grind blade. Or flat ground blade, I should say, and with very, very similar geometry. So the cutting experience on these two is almost identical. You can see the height of the flat grind is also very similar, if you can see that. So just all the way around, the experience is almost identical, really. The only noticeable difference here is the Deka is thinner in the pocket, as well as a little bit longer blade. But even in the pocket real estate, you can see that these two take up very, very similar space in the pocket. I can flip them around here and show them this way. You can see that if I would, whichever one I put on top kind of completely hides the other. So they're just very, very similar in overall dimensions here. But I brought my wife in because both of these knives kind of fit her hands better than mine. For me, I like the Deka better, but this is purely just an ergonomics thing, and I can get 4 fingers on the Deka, not entirely, but close. Your distance from your first finger to where the blade starts is very similar in both knives. Both have a bit of a thumb ramp with a little bit of jimping on them. So like I said, guys, the experience is very, very similar. Doing these pinch kind of draw cuts, very similar. I guess maybe one difference here because of this top swedge on the Deka. If you're doing these types of cuts quite a bit, this is thinner, not quite as comfortable as the RSK. But I'm really, really nitpicking there. So let's get Molly's hands in here and see what she thinks of these two.
Just use and abuse me for my hands.
Yep. So what do you think of that one?
I've liked this one from the get-go.
Oh, okay. So you like the look of that knife?
Yeah. I like the color. I like the way it feels. It's very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable.
Okay. You don't need 2 hands. Just pull it back and...
I don't...
Did I hit your finger?
No.
Did you have your finger? Okay.
No.
All right.
And then...
Open that one up. What do you think of that one?
That's really comfortable too.
Okay.
The pocket clip kind of gets in my way on this one.
Actually, I have both of these set up for left-hand
I
carry.
understand that.
Put it in your left hand.
Oh, no, I can't do anything with it.
The pocket clip should be in the palm of your hand. Does it make a difference? So, generally speaking, the pocket clip would be, if you were going to carry this right hand, the pocket clip would be up against your digits.
Right. Oh, no.
Look at you go.
Left-handed things. I still think that this is a little bit more comfortable.
Okay.
This, I can feel the pocket clip, the tip of it in my hand quite a bit more.
So, try this knife. This one's also set up left-hand carry.
Why don't?
And you tell me what you think of that pocket clip. Is it better or not than this one?
Yeah, that's better. Because it's just hitting me in a better place, I think.
Yep. That's what I think too. So the deal here is this is the full-size version of this knife. And they both run the exact same pocket clip dimensionally. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and shut that one.
I have to use two hands.
So the dimensions on the pocket clip, every other dimension is shrunk except for the pocket clips. Mm-hmm. And for me, the placement of this clip hits my hand in a bad spot compared to this. Mm-hmm. This just, the high spots of the clip hit in the right locations to where it's not up against bone. It's in that meaty portion of my hand. Mm-hmm. So it's really comfortable. This one, it's like the pocket clip is just, it just hits me wrong.
It's hitting me like right here, and I don't like that. I need it back a little bit.
So when I grip, you'll be able to see the pocket clip where it hit on my hand. So you can see the end right there, and it's hitting on that knuckle, and same thing back here. It's hitting on my knuckle, and that just makes uncomfortable.
And even with a smaller hand, it's still hitting in that area that... Yeah. Like it's hitting you on the high side of it. It's hitting me on the low side of it. And it's, either way, it's uncomfortable.
Yep. So I think that's really my only complaint. Now, obviously, if you find a different pocket clip that fits this pattern, Benchmades are going to fit this pattern. And, a deep carry bug out clip, the short one, might be perfect on this knife. I haven't tried it, but... really, that's my only serious complaint with this knife is that the pocket clip is a little bit uncomfortable in hand. It's not terrible. It's just...
it's not unbearable. It's just not ideal.
Yeah. So I really like the knife. I think it's a great knife. I think it's really well made, good quality, Hogue all the way around. I have 4 Hogue knives. I have these 3. And then I have one more here. I have the Hogue X5, I think this... Yeah, X5. And this thing is really ergonomic. Button lock. I really like this knife. It works really, really well. So overall, Hogue does really great work. And, if you're really loving this design, then I would say go for it. I think it's a great knife, and I think you'll probably be really happy with it. If you're at a crossroads between these two, if if it's in your mind that you think you will like a little bit extra blade, I don't think you'll be disappointed with the Deka. I think the Deka is a great knife for the cost. I think both of these are bringing really great value to the table for American-made knives. You're getting, premium materials here at a decent price. I don't think you can touch any 20 CV Benchmades for $140. And both of these are $140. So, my vote would be the Deka, but...
My vote's the Deka,
the Deka
too.
as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
but
there you go.
Is that really fair to say when it's got a different pocket clip on it?
Well, the original pocket clip was comfortable. It just wasn't deep carry.
Oh, okay.
So there were no ergonomic issues with the Deka clip. It was just purely a deep carry versus not thing.
So it's probably fair to say.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, this clip works really well. It just isn't that wonderful in hand. And the strange thing is that just moving the clip, like on the bigger knife, makes all the difference in the world for how it feels in your hand. Mm-hmm. So my choice would be these two. I would go, the Deka is a great knife. I would buy it, period. And then if you want an RSK and want to support Doug Ritter and everything he does with knife rights and all of that, then I like the full-size RSK. But, to each their own. The RSK is really one of the best values, I think, out there for an American-made premium steel, 20 CV, G10, really nice ambidextrous lock. It's a great knife all the way around, and
it matches your hunting vest.
Now, you can't get this particular version. I did this with the black blade, but you can get this knife, black handle, satin blade, black handle, black blade. They just came out with a new one that is tan G10 with black blade and hardware. Really nice looking knife. And right now, the mini version is available in this configuration right here, or you can get it with black G10. Those are the two options. I'm pretty positive both are $140, or they're like $139.95. And the Deka, I think, is $140 and like 21 cents or something. So identical in price, give or take $1. But you're getting more blade here, same materials, same company, both American made. Yeah, to me, the Deka's hard to beat. It really is. And as much as I like this knife, the uncomfortable clip, just by way of where it hits me, and this is purely just my hand and my wife's. I mean, your hand may be totally different, and you think it's really comfortable. So, yeah, but great knife otherwise, just not quite as good as the Deka. So, knife Strife, this round goes to the Hogue Deka. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, do all those things. And we're going to have some more fun stuff coming up. Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.